Hi guys, in this video we are covering all the questions from OOPS, that is object-oriented programming with Java, and we are covering all the questions that is frequently and most asked in interviews for skills like OOPS. So let's see, I already covered questions for machine learning and Python and SQL. Now this is the video for OOPS. So I gave the prompt to ChatGPT, like gave me all possible questions that is almost like most frequently asked in interview for the OOPS skill with Java. So he gave me some questions. I guess there are not that much questions, but these are the important questions that you need to know for the object-oriented programming. And you can also see how you can answer them in an interview without any jargon, or like to know better understanding of how you can explain in an interview with the proper structure and with proper technical terms. Now let's see. The first section we have core OOPS concept, in which we have the questions. What are the four main principles of OOPS, or we can say the four pillars? So we have encapsulation, in which we are hiding data using access modifiers, example private variables with getter setter. The next one is abstraction, hiding implementation details using abstract classes or interfaces. The next one is inheritance, reusing properties from a parent class using the extends keyword. Now the last one is polymorphism. It is the ability of an object to take multiple forms, that is method overloading and method overriding. So you need to know what is the method overloading and method overriding. The next question we have, what is encapsulation? Provide an example. Encapsulation is the concept of wrapping data and methods into a single unit, that is class, while restricting direct access to internal details. Here is the example that you can see how we can do the encapsulation in Java. So we made the class, that is student, and we are making our name, that is our variable private, and we have one get function, and next we have the set function, in which we are also saying that getter and setter function. So you can see that getter method is used to access private variables, and setter method to modify the private variables. Why use encapsulation? This is also the question that interview can ask you. So it is used to improve the security and modularity. The question number 3, we have what is abstraction and how do you implement it in Java? Abstraction is the process of hiding implementation details while showing only the necessary functionalities. It is implemented using abstract classes and interfaces. Here is the example for the abstraction. So we create one abstract class vehicle, and which we have abstract method with no body, and then we have concrete method that has the body, that is vehicle stop. We are printing vehicle stopped. Next we are extend our vehicle with car class, and we are printing car started with a key. So here's the key point that we have to know, that abstract method must be implemented by subclasses. So you need to know the concept of this. Next one we have what is inheritance? Explain with an example. Inheritance allows a class to acquire properties and behavior from another class using extends. Here's the example how we can do the inheritance. We have one class that is animal, in which we are printing, in which we have the void sound function that prints animals make sounds, and dog class is extending the animal class, in which we have the function sound that prints dog barks. So here is the key point that you need to know, that it promotes code reusability. Question number 5 here is, what are the type of inheritance in Java? So we have single inheritance, multiple inheritance, hierarchical inheritance, and multiple inheritance. Sorry, I said second one is multiple, but that is multi-level inheritance. Single inheritance is one class inherits from another. Multi-level inheritance, a class inherits from a derived class. Hierarchical inheritance is multiple classes inherit from a single class. And multiple inheritance is achieved by interfaces. Java does not support multiple inheritance with classes, but it allows using interface. So here is the key point that you need to know, that Java does not support multiple inheritance using classes to avoid the diamond problem. I don't know what is diamond problem, but I will search what is diamond problem, and you can do that. Section 5 is polymorphism, in which we have question number 6 is, what is polymorphism and what are its types? Polymorphism means many forms. It allows the same method to behave differently in different contexts. Here is the type of method overloading and method overriding. Method overloading is same method name but different parameters. It can also be called compile time polymorphism. In method overriding, we have same method in parent and child classes. It can be called runtime polymorphism. Method overloading and versus method overriding. So what is method overloading? Provide an example. Method overloading allows multiple methods in a class with the same name but different parameters. Here is the example how you can achieve method overloading. How you can do the method overloading in Java? We have the class that is method operation, and we have two functions, that is add. We have the same name, but we have different parameters, different number of parameters. So this is method overloading. Here's the key point, that it happens within the same class. Okay, method overloading happens within the same class, that is math operations. What is method overriding? Provide an example. The next question we have is this. So answer is, method overriding allows a subclass to modify a method of its parent class. So you need to know that method overriding need two classes, where method overloading doesn't need two classes. It is happened in one class only. So here we have class parent in method overriding, and class child is extends parent, and we are overriding here. And the key point here is, it requires inheritance. In method overriding, you need to know that it is always happening, like in this, it is always happening inheritance, because we need two classes. Important OOPS topics. Question number 9 is, what is the difference between super and this keyword? This keyword purpose is, it refers to the current class instant, and its example is this dot name equals to name. This is how we can write that. And the super keyword purpose is it refers to the parent class instance. And here we can do super.show. Question number 10 is, what is an interface in Java? An interface in Java is a blueprint containing only abstract class before Java 8. So you can read that, the like short and to the point definition of interface. An interface in Java is a blueprint containing only abstract methods. So here's an example of that interface. We have an interface that is animal, in which we have the abstract method that is void sound. Now we have the dog class, in which it implements animal, it implements from animal, and we have this normal function that is sound, in which we are printing dog barks. So here's the key point to remember, that it supports multiple inheritance in Java. So as you know that multiple inheritance in Java can be achieved by interface. Question number 11 is, what is the difference between abstract class and interface? Abstract class can have both abstract and concrete methods, and interface only have abstract methods before Java 8. Abstract class is for single inheritance, and interface is for multiple inheritance. Access modifiers. Abstract class can have any access modifier, whereas interface can have only public access modifier. Question number 12 here is, what is the difference between composition and inheritance? Inheritance is a relationship. Example, dog is a animal. Composition has a relationship, in which we have the example that car has a engine. So you need to know that what is composition and inheritance. Question number 13, that is, how do you create an immutable class in Java? Immutable class, and here we can do that, and you can see the code here, and the key rules, you can see that use only final keyword, make fields private final, and no setters for that. I need to revise this question, like how we can create immutable class. You can also refer your notes and like something else to know how we can create immutable class in Java. Now question number 14 is, what is dependency injection in Java? Dependency injection, DI, is a design pattern where dependencies are injected at runtime instead of being created inside a class. And here is, we can do that. I need to know that, I need to learn what is dependency injection. So here is the questions that you saw. Also, you give the different prompt to ChatGPT, so it will give you from basic to advanced and the more number of questions, and you can prepare for your own. I just gave you the example how you can do that with ChatGPT, and you can create the environment for interview, like what kind of questions that you may face in your interview. So this is for today. I hope that was something 1% useful for you. So like, subscribe, or whatever you can do. I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.